Joining us now to look at the outlook for the diamond industry in 2014 is Sakhile Ngcobo, who is Executive Head of External and Corporate Affairs at De Beers. Good morning to you, Sandile. I introduced this because Nazipo actually can't get a word out. She's so excited.
Glazed over.
Are you imagining one of those on your finger? Wow, that's a show. Sandile, welcome. These are obviously not diamonds. You wouldn't have walked in here looking so casual if those were really diamonds. But they are set up to look like diamonds. Tell us what this means, what the significance of these particular fake stones are.
Yeah, these are the South African produced diamonds. Of course, they are not real, as you said. This is one of the 616, which is the biggest diamond that's ever been displayed in South Africa, in the home of diamonds in Kimberley. We even use the address of our offices in Kimberley behind this stone, which is an excitement. And it's very appropriate because we've just had a Valentine's Day over the last few days, and then I can understand the excitement. Diamonds remains the girls' best friends.
I'll have to do better than a rose on Valentine's Day next time.
At least you tried, but we're upping the stakes to diamonds. But perhaps, Sakhile, let's move on to some of the business-related discussions. I mean, let's talk about Gaborone at first. I mean, we saw De Beers moving and setting up in Gaborone. And apparently there are some teething problems in terms of the logistics, in terms of the remoteness of Gaborone. What is the state of what's happening there?
The point about remoteness of Gaborone is a myth. I was there about a month ago. We've had 2 successful sites, which is our selling platform that we do and we used to do in London. We've had very successful site in Gaborone, and we have been able to deliver the move of our aggregation facility from London into Southern Africa in Gaborone in time and behind budget.
Sandile, let's look at the De Beers performance in Anglo-American, and it went through perhaps a quiet period. Diamonds were a quiet period in Anglo's results. The recent results came out last week. 15% of profit comes from diamonds. So are diamonds on the up?
Diamonds on the up and will continue to be on the up. We project that in the near future, the supply-demand scenarios, we believe that production will definitely be a lot lower than the demand, especially we foresee the diamond industry, especially on the production side, plateauing from a supply point of view, and the demand continue to rise, which is very exciting for our business and very exciting for the Southern African diamond industry, especially in South Africa, where we have an exciting relationship with the government of South Africa through the State Diamond Trader.
How does South Africa compare with the other markets that have become increasingly attractive? And I'm particularly thinking about Angola at this time.
South Africa remains very prospective for our business. As you know, we are investing more than 20 billion rands in extending the life of our Venetia mine, which is in the Limpopo province in South Africa. We're very excited about South Africa compared to maybe in the north of Africa. The sole focus for South Africa is the fact that we believe that the next diamond mine will be in South Africa. We're spending millions of dollars in exploring and looking for diamonds in South Africa, especially in Limpopo and in the Northern Cape, where our business was founded in 1888.
Sandile, De Beers, of course, used to be a monopoly, and there was the central selling organization, and towards the end of the 90s, early 2000s, all of that, or a lot of that changed. You talked about market forces here, and it is a unique product, this, in the sense that it's not useful. There is some industrial use, but you can get artificial ones for that. It's all about perception, isn't it? Diamonds are a girl's best friend, and if that perception changes, then you don't have a product. Since the delisting, since the Oppenheimers removed themselves from De Beers, how has the company changed, and how do you, in an era without monopoly, how do you manage this particular unique product?
Our focus in our business is on operational excellence, is on continuous business improvement. It's to get the best out of our people, the passionate diamond people that work for us around the world. And our focus is really around how do you continue to grow demand. We foresee that demand for luxury products will continue to grow. Last year, we experienced between 3% and 3.5% a rise in the Polish diamond market, and we foresee up to 44% this year and going into the future. We believe that the diamond industry is well positioned to maximize the value in terms of the luxury goods category. We see serious growth around all the growing markets like in US and in China and in Hong Kong. We've just opened a number of jewelry stores, diamond jewelry stores, through our joint venture partnership with Louis Vuitton. We're very excited about the future, and hence we continue to invest billions of dollars in growing our supply, especially in Southern Africa and also in Canada, where we've just got all our permits that we required in order to be able to start our Gachokwe project ready for the winter roads access, which we will be doing this year in 2014.
Tell us a little bit more about that partnership with Louis Vuitton and how, and the extent of where we are likely to see that partnership take place.
We have opened about 5 stores in the last 2 years and actually more. We are very excited about the relationship. The business is continuing to grow, and the business is continuing to give us the kind of return on investment. And of course, beyond just the diamond jewelry stores, we've launched the Forever Mark. We already have more than 1,200 stores around the world. Even if you were to walk to Sandton, which is right next to where we are, you can be able to buy Forever Mark diamonds through our partnership with Karatco. You can go to Cresta, you can go to Waterfront in Cape Town. We're very excited about this beneficiation initiative, which demonstrates to South Africa that De Beers is committed to beneficiation and is committed in terms of growing demand, because we believe diamonds would remain girls' best friends, and also they are no longer just girls' best friend, they are also boys' best friend, because we see a lot of men buying diamonds for themselves.
Yeah. Well, they've got to buy for the girls first, so I don't think there's much negotiation. But you talked about beneficiation, and you said it's an exciting relationship with government. A lot of people don't think it's exciting that I think De Beers was forced to allocate a certain number of its stones for the state diamond trader. There is a view that this is an interference with the market and that it's not actually working in terms of beneficiation. And one of the issues that's always been around was that the labour costs of beneficiation of gold and diamond jewellery in South Africa were higher than in a place like India, for example.
It's a fact that the cost of manufacturing and cutting and polishing is a lot higher in South Africa. But I'm happy to say over the last year, for example, we've been able to sell up to 58% of our local production in South Africa by value to the local industry that have been able to cut and polish those diamonds. We believe that diamonds are the benchmark in terms of how do you select and create a competitive industry in terms of beneficiation. It's not a cost-plus relationship that we have with our site holders that are based in South Africa, that cut and polish in South Africa, that employ South Africans in terms of their businesses. And we're very excited about the relationship. You made a point about the state diamond trader. We're not forced to get into that relationship. We believe it was the right thing to do. We have partnered with the Department of Mineral Resources. The minister actually has been very pivotal in setting it up. We've been partners with government on the state diamond trader for the last 6 years, and it's working. Last year we sold about 372 million rand worth of diamonds to the state diamond trader, and 90% of those diamonds have been sold to the local industry. We continuously look for ways to make sure that the state diamond trader is sustainable. We continuously look for ways to make sure that the local manufacturers can actually be able to manufacture more in South Africa, so that the downstream industry can get the maximum benefits of what the diamond is able to do.